Jesus and Paul identified Jesus as a man only and not God. So I'm going to be using only the New Testament sources to prove that Jesus, Paul, and even Peter believed Jesus was a man and not God. So here we go. The first verse I want to concentrate on is the Gospel of John, chapter 8, verse 40, where Jesus identifies himself as a man only. The Jews believed that the Messiah would be only a man. If you read the context of the Gospel of John, chapter 8, it's talking about the Messiah. So Jesus is confirming that he is the Messiah, that as Jesus is confirming that he, as the Messiah, is a man only. Also, see Acts chapter 2, verse 22, where Peter said Jesus is a man only because the Messiah is supposed to be a man only and not the Son of God or God Himself or part of a Trinity, etc. So the Messiah was supposed to be a man only and not God. In Acts chapter 17, verse 31, Paul taught that Jesus was a man, even in front of a polytheistic Greek audience. Paul never said or implied that Jesus was anything but a man. So the context of Acts chapter 17 is Paul preaching to polytheistic Greek people, and Paul said that Jesus is a man. So even Paul said that Jesus is a man only and not God or Son of God, etc. The conclusion here is that Jesus identified himself as a man only. Uh, Jesus is identified as a man only by himself, Peter and Paul. Thus, Jesus cannot be more than a man, as he himself said about his messiahship. Remember, the Messiah, according to Christian or according to Judaism, was supposed to be a man. So Jesus, in the Gospel of John, chapter 8, verse 40, identifies himself as the Messiah. Thus, Jesus identifies himself as a man only, because the Messiah was supposed to be a man only and not God or the Son of God, etc. So Jesus is a man only according to himself.